Hello. Just putting out a tweet. Ba, ba, ba. Doo -doo. Hello, mate. I haven't yet. Hello, Charlie. How are you? Doo -doo -doo -doo. Right, I've just put the tweet out. Let's go back to old target now. There we are. We'll get ready here. We've got about 15 minutes to get ready. Chat a little bit about what we think is coming up. I haven't seen anything. I kind of know what's coming. Obviously, we've got Luke Littler's, Eleanor Carnes. We've got some Aspinall Barney stuff, but I haven't actually seen them. Well, I've seen Luke Littler's, but it was a picture, an old picture, so it could be slightly different now. Good to hear, Charlie. Good to hear, mate. Hopefully, I'll come down and see you all at some point, mate. Maybe at one of the tournaments down there. Ba -ba -ba. Morning, Chris. I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you? I've been alright. I've been a bit ill, but I'm getting over it. I don't know. Ever since I reckon the old COVID times, it just takes me so much longer to get over a cold. Hello, Kurt. How are you? I'm just looking on the right hand side. Apparently, it's National Lingerie Day. So lingerie. Morning, ready to be negative. Well, we will see. Maybe they'll surprise us. You never know. You never know. I think price is a very big talking point. Not Gerwin, as in the physical price of darts at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're looking at. Hopefully, I can give you my sort of opinion on it. I think maybe because I know what certain darts cost now in terms of making them, maybe I'm a bit more cynical than I used to be. But on the same aspect, I always try and look for value. I'd pay £100 for a set of darts, but if I feel like it's worth it, you know. Hello, Tristan. How are you, buddy? Da, 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 da. If you've got any questions for me, guys, while you're waiting, do ping them over, whether it's about darts, custom darts, whether it's about life. Ping it over. Hopefully some darts that can guarantee I don't embarrass myself at Super League. Yeah, I saw you tweet, Kurt. 17 average ain't bad. It's mainly straight darts there, it sounds like. I think my highest average in Super League's like 20 point something, so I might be playing on Friday. I'm not sure yet, though. I'm not feeling very fully confident at the moment, to be honest with you, but you never know. I played pairs last night in a competition. Last year, me and Mark McGeaney won it. It's like random drawn pairs, like, and ended up with another decent player. I was just rubbish, but we drew Mark McGeaney first round, and he's just relentless, honestly. I think they've got him. I don't know what the odds are, but Taylor to win, I think, is quite favourable. But I think Mark McGeaney's going to do some serious damage. He's playing so well at the minute. It's so annoying as well. Yeah, good old. I call him the McGeaney baby, but you know, no straight darts was all scoring a load of 80s and 20s. Oh wow, could be worse, mate. Could be worse. Got about 10 minutes to go. Got 10 minutes to go. But yeah, it's interesting to see what we might get. I think at this time of year, it's never a big launch. It's kind of a mini one, but even Guy, when the worst played 31-31, all I have to do is throw straight for a good average. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, okay, that's pretty harsh. um, okay. So shipping is still high. Shipping prices haven't changed. Import, in terms of like shipping prices have gone up. So the reason it's gone up significantly is so the reason I don't really deal with these costs is because it's mainly to do with the freight shipping. So when brands are ordering, loads of dart boards and loads of darts, they're more likely to come over on the boats. The actual freight cost at the containers, that essentially tripled in cost. So again, when there are price increases, I do understand where some of it is coming from, but on the same aspect, you can kind of tell maybe sometimes when some brands are being a bit, I don't want to say greedy, but maybe a bit harsh on their pricing. But at the same time, they know what they need to make to keep their business running. They've got a lot of staff, some of them. But that's why I like being quite small. It means I haven't got all those costs and stuff. But yeah, when it comes to pixel darts, what's a fair price for them? See, that's a hard one. Personally, pixel isn't that difficult of a grip to do. When I'll give you an example. I mean, Keen Barry's, for example, and Rob Cross pixels, they're a bit more difficult because it was alternating. So like one row, and then you'd have to rotate the next row, and then rotate again. With the Littlers and the Adrian Lewis pixel, it was all in the same row. Is it like you didn't have to go round? It was kind of a bit more regular. I mean, they should be more expensive. Don't get me wrong; it's coated and it is a brand. The brands also have to pay the players, so that probably is reflected in the cost of the darts. But I mean, personally, 65 maybe 65, 60. I'd say that's a fairer price, but again, I don't fully understand the big guys' cost, so I don't want to shoot anyone down. But I think, me personally, I think it's more powerful if you bring sometimes. Again, maybe I'm not a very good businessman. I'd rather sell loads and loads of darts, have everyone using them, than maybe have less the people using them but up in the price. I'd want everyone using those darts because they're good value. They're a great dart. Everyone that goes anywhere sees them. Rob Cross was a great example. I thought when they came out, bang on £40. Um, he was the world champion. He won the worlds. Everyone was talking about him. They would have sold loads. But then when you get to today's prices, you're kind of thinking about it and just going, So Barney's darts, in a way, I think are more worth it than the pixels. In my opinion, the new Barneys, the Echoes, they had sandblasting. The front cuts on the nose are quite complex. Had sandblasting, coating. His older ones had dual coating. So yeah, I see a bit more value there than I do the pixels, in my opinion. I don't know physical price differences, but I see better value in the Barneys. Morning, Darren. How are you, buddy? So yeah, pixels for me. I don't think I'd like to see him around the 60, 70. But Scott Williams was 65, and I thought that was quite harsh. Again, costs are going up, but yeah, cross darts used to be 33. Yeah, again, I think the cross darts are one of the best darts that I think it was spot on, if that makes sense. I think it was priced well for the player, for how well he was playing. And I reckon they sold a ton of those. They probably still, maybe they still do, but yeah, I like target darts. Don't get me wrong. It's just I think sometimes, especially nowadays, people are talking about the price a lot. And again, I will pay £100 for a set of darts, but I want to see the value in it. I want to see, you know, I want to see that it's been machined £100 worth. That maybe sounds good. The Dibby Gen 2 are only 49. Exactly. I think that's decent. Um, again, when you consider what the today's prices are and how big Dimmy is, I thought the 49 was okay. I thought it was a decent price. Um, Hello, Kevin. How are you, buddy? I think Ellen uses a dart similar to Taylor Phase 1, so that could be a nice dart today. Oh, yeah. I threw the Taylor Phase 2s for ages. My own darts were based on the Phase 2s as well. A bit lighter, though. But yeah, Phase 2 Taylor's one of the best darts. Same with Gary Anderson. Just such a simple barrel to throw. Real good. The Andersons are a bit expensive now, but I think the purest Phase 2s are still decently priced. Yeah, I recommend those. Um, Still days with the 49 is considered cheap. Yeah, I mean, again, tungsten's gone up in price, shipping's gone up in price, import sometimes it's difficult, but yeah, it's tricky. And also, as these brands get bigger, they have more people to pay. And again, I don't want to bash everyone too much, but for me, I just like to see value. I'll pay £100. I just want to see value. I want to see it. Phase 2 tails are awesome looking dart. Yeah, they're just so easy. Hello, Stephen. I'm good, mate. How are you, bud? I say, to be honest, I think Target are probably, regardless of what we say about the prices, they're probably the top or the second top brand at the minute. They're definitely top three. I think, regardless of what your opinion on the brand is, the biggest brands are sort of Red Dragon, Winmore, probably top. Then Target, in terms of like size and the power they have. Red Dragon, Winmore, Target probably up there. Um, yeah, they're the ones we look for. I think Mission's growing quite nicely. Um, yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Morning, Neil. How are you, mate? Have you got your arrows now, Neil? I can't remember if I asked you or not. I'm hoping they're there already, but you never know. We've got 3 minutes to go till hopefully we see some activity on the old social media. It's quite yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this, and I like it. I like the younger players' darts. I think it's really cool when they get their sets out, and you kind of feel like, hopefully, in a way that the darts that are coming out are supporting these young players, so you feel a bit more inclined to buy them. Um, Harrows is good, yeah. Yeah, the Gildings I thought were harsh. I mean, I know it's limited edition, but they're practically the same dart. I'd like to have seen something a little bit different. £189? Yeah. I mean, Japanese darts are usually ridiculously expensive, so perfect, Neil, perfect. Yeah, Cosmo tend to be pretty expensive. Archie, I'm good, thanks, buddy. How are you? We expected quite a few new drops. I think maybe there'll be 4 or 5. I don't think there's too many. I think this is the time of year when we kind of get mini launches. Summer and November are kind of your big meaty launches. So yeah, I know we've got Mission coming up soon as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we go. 2 minutes to go on the old Target launch. Oh dear. How much money does Sal does a player get? You know, it depends. So different players have different deals. So some players will get a flat fee. Like maybe when they sign, they'll get like 5 grand a year or 2.5 grand, or but that'll be a fee. Some will then get commission. Maybe they'll get £1 per set sold. Um, Maybe they'll get a bit more, maybe a bit less. Everyone's on different deals. Some people get like an annual fee, maybe with performance bonuses, like if they reach the Worlds, if they qualify for this, semi-finals. So every player has got a different deal. So Mission on Friday is one to watch. Yeah, I've heard a couple of things about the Mission one, so we'll see. Thought the gun was 85. Maybe it's Euros, but I don't know. 85 for the Guild. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's still pretty, but I think they're trying to cash in on the moment, aren't they? Um, yeah, I think it's harsh, but I don't know how the Japanese work. The Japanese are always expensive. I don't know, maybe if it's the import or I genuinely have no idea, but yeah. Got 10, right. Let's see if we've got anything on the old page. Let's come down. Nothing yet. I guess they got a minute. I've got the guns for 85 came in today. Okay, what numbers did you get? I know I saw Conroy, you put you wanted 69. 69 with Gilding sounds a bit strange, isn't it? But in addition 25 gram. Oh, I don't know. I saw there was Martin Schindler had some darts released recently, and they were really expensive. 100, they were like €150, maybe a bit more. I can't remember. Right, where are we? It's 10, guys. Come on. Yeah. I think the Japanese take more care in their quality control. That's what I will say. I think they generally they employ what's known as Kaizen engineers usually, and their pure job is quality checking, making sure things are as running as efficiently as they can be. There's someone dedicated to that, usually with Japanese brands. So, yeah, I think it's more of a cultural thing, but it's really interesting to research it. I did a bit of like quality control at uni when I was there, and it's quite interesting. He's a bit early for that, but you never know. Okay, well, yeah, the Cosmo setup's decent. I think that's pretty cool. But oh, here we go. All right, first up, Miss Dynamite Gen 1 is here. Let's go on to that. See them here. Eleanor can. Oh, they're smart. I mean, Swiss Point. I really like those. To be fair, I also like it when they've got these two tone. I will have a look at the prices. Hello, Neil. How are you, mate? Now the prices are going to be interesting. Got number 12. Nice. So I mean, yeah, as you say, it's your classic Taylor Phase One style dart. Um, it actually looks a bit less grippy. The nose is obviously slightly different, but you can see a clear sort of twin ring grip. I think it'd be solid. The price will be interesting. Let's have a look. It's not giving us a price at the moment. Swiss Point 53.5, 6.5 mil. So yeah, very similar to your Taylor's. Quite a long barrel. 24 gram only. That's interesting. I think it would have been nice to see a 22, just purely because with the phase ones and twos, you can only really get the 24s. So let's have a look. Maybe on the home now they'll have everything. Howdy doody. No, we'll just go back to the old Twitter. Miss Dynamite. If that's not her walk on, it's criminal. Miss Dynamite. But yeah, as I say, price will be interesting to see on that one. Let's have a look. Maybe it's Eleanor. Maybe it's not on physically yet, but you can click on it. I'm really interested to see the prices of these. But yeah, it's her way. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, like I say, the phase one and twos they only came in, yeah, your 22 gram. Sorry, your 24 gram. My phase twos were only that as well. So, yeah. But yeah, I could say not a bad dart to kick off with. I think prices are on double top 49. Okay, that's not too bad. 48.95. Okay, yeah. I mean, when you look at prices these days, you could say that's not bad. Get to like the stream. Yeah, if you're in here, guys, and you do enjoy it, do drop a like. Obviously, it's optional. It helps me out if you do. So, if you want to help me out, great. If you don't, it's fine. I'm easy. Bit of a weird drop. Why don't they do a live stream on YouTube? Because it's only a small one. I think there's a lot of prep that goes into the YouTube stuff. So, for only a couple of bits, it's probably not, worth it. They'll save it all for the big launch. I'm sure they're doing everything on it. But yeah, what do you guys think of everything coming with a Swiss point? Price, was it 103 quid or something? Let's have a look. I think is it. Let me get that up in another tab. Let's have a look what we got. Miss Dynamite. All right, yeah, I've just seen some pop up. Sheesh. Yeah, we'll wait for them to come out. I don't want to spoil it as such. So let's wait for them to pop up on here, and then we can see it live. Okay, here come the Aspinalls. Let's drop those in. They're nice. I did some custom darts very similar to these, not sandblasted or anything. And I had the grip going all the way to the back, but they're very similar to those. But they're right, they're nice. They're 80% tungsten. Now, I don't know what people's views are on percentage of tungsten. Andreas, literally just thinking of that. They look so similar, don't they? Even with those three little rings on that front part, Andreas, they look identical, don't they? Our grip went further to the back, but the grip on there looks a bit sharper than yours. But yeah, yeah. Again, yeah, he did win in Iceland, Kevin. Yeah, he did. He did really well. The sandblasting's nice. I like the look of them. I must admit, 80%. What I will say about 80%, everyone thinks it should be cheaper. Now, the actual material price of 80% isn't that dissimilar to 90. It's usually because 80% tends to be a tad softer that it's a bit easier to machine, but the actual price of it isn't too dissimilar. The only thing with 80%, it depends on what you like. Same with 90, 95. They're very chunky, being 80. So, I don't know what the weights are. So, 22 and 24, 7.1, 7.5. For an Aspinall barrel anyway, the main width is quite thick. So, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. Again, I don't know the price of it yet, but I like the flights. The For me, the price is important, but the design of it I think is nice, simple. Sandblast. Oh, I like those. I do. Yeah, they're simple, but like you say, Andreas, yeah, very identical, aren't they? And I like the silver at the back actually, but I, I I kind of thought the silver at the back was actually the Target TI Pro stems. Yeah, I think this shape is quite a popular shape, and to be honest, there's not really much else out there like the Aspinalls. Really, the John O'Shea's I guess are a bit similar. Maybe the old Hankies, but it's quite an underrated shape, I think. Yeah, Specton Aspinall 90% from the Swiss points. I mean, they got the Swiss point, but they're 80 again. There's nothing wrong with 80. I think just typically because 80% have been very cheap darts, people assume they're bad. 80% darts are great, honestly. A good example is um, Graham Usher. I believe he was throwing 80. Um, Daryl Pilgrim, another great player, 80%. Martin Clearmacher was throwing 80%. If you like thicker darts, like in comparison to, again, some people like thin darts, they can fit them in the treble. But if you like thick darts, it's still a low weight. 80% is perfect. 48.95. Yeah, that's not bad considering. I mean, when you look at these darts in comparison to Eleanor's darts, these look like there's more into the dart. The 80% maybe may put people off, but as I say, I'm a big advocate for 80. I think it's great. Um, so yeah, yeah, the silver. I don't know if I'd like to see that black, but yeah, no, nice little dart. Nice little dart. Yeah, yeah, we were talking about that. It's like the placement of the grip on that nose is very similar to where we put it as well. It's quite funny, but hey, it's flattery, flattery. Um, and again, to be honest, we based them off Aspinall's darts anyway, so we're not, we shouldn't really point fingers. Right, what we got next? What we got? Let's see if something else has popped up. Barney, 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 Barney. See them here. Ooh. Oh. They're nice. I could see the clear, like, it's definitely a simplified Barney, but I like that. I think that's a nice little, almost like a scallop in the middle there. Or it reminds me of the old like amberjacks with the knurl either side and the dip in the middle. They were really popular. Stags as well. I think they were called Red Dragon Stags. Yeah, simple. They just kind of took. This is what I like when people do the 80% versions, or what I call the sort of the cheaper version. Like obviously the main player's dart is probably going to be quite expensive, but then they not dumb it down, but they make the manufacturing less complex, still keeping the same shape, still keeping the same theme with the dart. So yeah, and it's pretty solid. Again, 80%. Again, not too much of a problem. Swiss point. Again, not everyone's cup of tea, but um, yeah, darts are pretty nice. Flights are nice. I must say, I must say, Target. If you're in here, I don't know if you are. Please put the windows back on your boxes. Um, how much different are they? So let's check the dimensions as well. 21, 23, 25, 50, 52, 53, 6.8. Yeah, they don't look too dissimilar at all, really. So the main differences you'll see are the knurling. Um, it looks quite similar, actually. You've not got these nose cuts that you had on the Barneys. Um, the grip is a bit different in the middle. There's a bit more of a dip because the knurling now. You've then got that back grip that's very similar to the Echoes, the existing Barneys. So well, yeah, in terms of cheaper than the original dart, but yeah. To be fair, £50 I don't think is too bad in this scenario. It's black coated, it's recut. I don't think that's too bad. I think where people will have the issue is the 80%. But again, personally, I think 80% is just as good if you like the thicker, the thicker dart, really. So yeah, I don't think that's too bad. I like. I'd have preferred to see it without the orange, but I could see why it's in there, the theme of Barney. But yeah, no 26 gram, not a lot of choice. Yeah, it's tricky with the 26 grammars because I think Taylor was a big reason it was popular. Now he's not around as much. Again, Taylor was the biggest advocate for heavy darts. Ryan Searle probably now the biggest advocate for heavier darts. Most people throw your 23, 22s, 21s. 24 is probably still there. Your 25 and 6, I think, are slowly maybe becoming a bit rarer. Um, so, yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think it's all right. Um, his love his Lego said, "Oh, Nearly Puffs. Will I do a mission one? Yeah, but I might do. See how busy I am, but we'll see." Mark. The only reason I'm doing this live stream is because Mark reminded me this morning, so I thought, yeah, go on, I'll do one. But yeah, not too bad. Let's see if all the old littlers are there now. Not just yet, but what we thinking so far, guys? I think £50 isn't considered cheap, but I think it's considered the price of darts. I think 45 to 55 is where you would expect most new darts to fall under. Especially with the bigger brands. I, for example, if I was to launch a dart as an example, it's just a standard dart, nothing too mad. Then because I'm small and I'd go direct to the customer, I can afford to drop the price a little. So, and the same with smaller brands. If they're not selling to shops, they're going direct. Obviously, Target will need to sell to the shop, who then will then need to sell to the customer. So again, it is tricky, but yeah, Little as 102, yeah. Nice stuff. I want to try 21, 22. What should I expect with a lighter dart? It depends on your throw. I find with lighter darts, you have to be a bit more steady with your action, as in, like, when you are throwing a bit different. Heavier darts tend to be a bit more nice to you If he throws a little off, I think you can feel it more with the 21. But if you can get used to them, I feel like it's a benefit because you have to. I feel like you have to throw a bit more consistent to get consistent results out of light darts, and I think in a way that trains you to know when you're not throwing too well. Um, yeah, I think you're right there, Kurt. The cheap darts now are the 25 to your 30, 35. I mean, even designer that are cheaper darts, your designer Spectres and stuff, they're broaching the 20 darts clearance around 2015. They're a bit different, but um, darts clearance are the factory make them so they can afford. For example, most people will buy from a factory and then do it. Other brands have their own factory, so their prices are different. So yeah, exactly. And again, there are again, you don't. I don't want to bash brands too much because there are genuine reasons why costs are going up, but you can tell some of the darts that maybe are taking advantage of that fact a little bit. But yeah, Littlers. So really solid dart. I like these when I saw them on the pictures before. 90%. Again, Sam Wren on Twitter, he mentioned they're quite similar to the Lewis. Kind of is along that front section. Then you got this nice little space. I quite like that last little pixel grip. I don't know why. It just seems pretty cool there. I think it closes it in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, darts clearance, a direct to customer. Um, and even darts clearance are losing money. Not losing money, but because they're on eBay, it's a real good platform. They have to obviously pay eBay fees, so they account for that in their cost as well. So yeah, the darts are real good value, really good value for money there. If anything, too good when you think about it. But yeah, um, yeah, solid dart price. I think is harsh. I think it's high, and I think with a 23, 52, 6.5, great dimensions, but yeah, Luke Littler is very much in the spotlight at the moment. He is the person that him. I guess in a way, Leighton Bennett was that player. I think Leighton Bennett's still developing. I think he was overhyped. I still think the talent he has is worth the hype, but I think there's so much pressure on him. He just needs to find his own way. Luke Littler, again, 16, rocking up to tournaments and winning them, like winning the Super Series. Unreal talent at his age, just unbelievable. £102.95. I think that is high. I do. In my personal opinion, again, I don't know all the costs that are involved. With a young player that's coming up, bring the cost down a bit. Get more people using his darts, you know. Same with Keane Barry. I thought Keane Barry was another big player in Ireland. Really could capitalise on. Same with Fallon. Fallon's darts are expensive. Every girl watching the darts, or every parent with their daughters watching the darts, they see Fallon on the TV. They're inspired, and then they go online and the darts are 75 quid. And you kind of then consider it. If a player like that's darts, again, they don't have to be cheap. Don't get me wrong. I think players that are doing well, or players that are in the know, their price probably should reflect that. But yeah. Um, so yeah, the Keen Barry darts are a little different. So what I would say about this pixel grip is it's slightly different to the Rob Cross and the Keen Barry. So here you can see the pixel grip cuts into the barrel, like it's a proper line that goes in. If we look at the Rob Cross pixels as an example, you'll see that it's more of a like it's less going in, like it's more of a circle. Like the Lewis and the Littlers, they go further in. Um, it could easily be. I don't think they could be 50. I think 60's more there. Again, Target have a lot higher costs overall, but where I will agree with them on them a little bit. Obviously, they're coated and then they're recut afterwards. It does take time. I don't think it's £103 worth of time, in my opinion. But again, uh, I feel like if people weren't buying them, they wouldn't be at this price. So you have to think, if there's a demand for them, then people are going to buy them. You know what I mean? Target is such a big brand now. It's yeah. I mean, yeah, these are just nice little launches. Let's go back to Target, see if we've got anything else now. The littlers are going to be the biggest talking point, I think. I like the Eleanor I don't know her last name, apologise. I think it's Cairns? The newest flight range, signature colours, featuring spot UV print to enhance shaft grip. I've always wanted to improve my shaft grip. Sorry. Oh dear, that's tickled me that. The shaft grip. I don't get it. I feel like there's supposed to be a number 2 on there, but it's not a number 2 on there. I think they're nice flights. I just don't get why you'd only put part of a 2 on there. Yeah, I like them. More range. More range. No? Okay. Is all the new stuff out there now? Let's have a look. I don't know if it's all come out yet. No power bands at the moment. No power bands at the moment. It's just because of number 2. Yeah, yeah. I get what they're trying to do. I'd have put the 2 on there. The 1 you can see a bit more, but stick them on there. The 1 I could tell is more of a 1. Chicane Pro Ultra. They look like pool balls. Yeah, that was my thought. There's many more flights. Yeah, I can't see them at the minute. They're nice when you see them all together. Yeah, maybe it makes sense. The 2 just looked a bit like... That's why I wanted to see the rest. Check them on double top. Yeah, I did load it up earlier, but the double top one isn't like very... like... organised. I go to new and then it's date new to old. Okay, yeah, I got it right. Okay, so there are more 2s. Right, yeah, let's go through some then. So the the littler flights are nice. I always think Target do really good quality flights. I don't think there's too many complaints. The design's always really nice on flights. The quality's great. £1 a set I think is reasonable. I think £1 is kind of the sweet spot with flights, really. The Pro Ultra. Oh, the Pro Ultra. Okay, they're doing packs of 3 sets, which I think is clever. I prefer it that way. I don't know where. I don't really buy one set on its own, for example. Oh, they do 5 packs as well. That's cool. I like that. Gives a bit more value in there. Let me have a look. For me, I like it when it's half and half, like the design's half and half. But when it's kind of like, that stresses me out a little bit. I can't lie. That the 8's at the bottom, and then like the split of it's stressed me out a little bit. But they're quite nice. I'd say I like that they brought out more 10x. I think 10x I know a fair few people that throw the 10x and they enjoy them. So that's the soft tips. So let's try and find the old steel. Right, let's look at Eleanor's a bit closer up. If they've got the closer up, I think it's the same ones as Target. To be fair, yeah. I'd say it's okay overall, really. I think there's a bit more variation. Obviously, you got your high end, your low end. Yeah, Littlers will be the biggest talking point. I really like them. Don't get me wrong. I just think the price is going to be a point. Let's go to the Barry darts, for example. Keenberry. Again, virtually the same price. So, and again, when I talk about this pixel grip, you're going to let me go close up. You can see it's more of a circle. When we go to Luke Littler's darts, you can see that they're a lot more of a straight line. So the grip will be a bit different. I know it is pixel, but it's a different pixel. So yeah, it'd be interesting to have a look at those. But yeah, I haven't really been seeing the chat, so let's see what you guys are saying. What are we thinking of these? It's good. Like pull balls, medieval flights, double top flights as well. And check power bands for Windwire. Dart Shopper has all the flights, nice. Does Luke use those flights for his EL style? I don't know actually, can't remember. Only standard shape or everything else in there. Yeah. The latest colours is the iconic racing colours, yeah. It was okay, nothing to stand out, must have. Yeah. I think they're all okay. I do like the Barneys and the Aspinalls actually. I was worried because I knew, in all honesty, I knew that they were 80% before I'd seen them. And I was kind of a bit sceptical. But I think the interesting thing with 80% is as long as you don't try and make it look like it's 80%, like don't dull it down, make a normal dart in 80%. Don't just do a simple ring grip dart, like, because people assume it should be really cheap. Put more effort into it, and 80% darts will sell because they're really great. If you like the thickness of darts, 80% dart is really good to throw. I can't explain. I need to do a video on this because 80% tungsten, I think, is due not a comeback. I don't think it ever went away, but I think people think 90 and 95 are the best. The thinness of the dart, the room in the treble, great. But Ryan Searle's proving that thickness of the dart doesn't really make a difference. We've got points nowadays, longer points to keep darts away from the board, still keep room in the treble. Scott Williams, another good example. So I think thicker darts in the hand are going to make a comeback for sure. Shirts, £100 too much and there are no new shirts. Yeah. I mean, I think even psychologically, over 100 is a lot. Like, I think at 99.95, again, I still think that's a high price. People go, well, it's not over 100. But when you break the 100 mark, that's physically hard to swallow. At least below 100, you're not breaking past it. But over 100, I think is a tricky one. But yeah, I mean, I like all the darts. I think for me, my favourite are probably the Barneys. I think it's cool. I think it offers a cheaper alternative to the main darts, which are what? Were they nearly 100? I feel like they were nearly 100. So again, I know we say that 50 maybe is a bit higher than people would want. In the grand scheme of things, when you compare them to the originals and you want something like it, I think it's a good alternative to try. So yeah, in that way, I think it's okay. Yeah, Littlers will be the big talking point. Lovely darts, real big player. I think he's got a really good future. Well, I think he's really good now. But yeah, it'd be nice to see maybe something come out for Luke, a bit more affordable, maybe. But I think they'll sell okay purely because he's the bee's knees at the moment. So yeah, what are we rating this launch out of 10, guys? Give me your rating out of 10, and then the one thing that you go and buy. Like, I'm not saying, like, maybe not everyone would buy anything from this launch, but if there's one thing you had to pick to come home with, what would it be? Let me know in the chat. I'm gonna have a drink. Oh, peach squash, the best squash there is. That there, Josh, is, I think, yeah, exactly. If you know what you're throwing, you might as well do it. To be honest, the thing that I love, guys, is that when brands bring out darts that are really expensive, it makes my custom darts look a lot more valuable. I think they're valuable anyway. But what I mean by that is that it's a comparison for, let's say, 5 sets of custom darts around 200 to 225. You get 5 sets of darts or 2 sets of a mainstream dart when these could be designed around yourself. So, in a way, I like seeing high prices, but also I don't because, yeah, the customer obviously has to pay that. So, 4 out of 10 says Archie. Yeah, okay. I don't think it was necessarily thrilling. I think there's some good stuff, but I think maybe every time there's a launch, people expect something different. But sometimes it's just kind of revamped special editions at this time of the year. I think then Christmas time, summertime, there'll be some bigger stuff for sure. Or yours, Mark? Yeah, keep an eye out, guys. Love darts coming soon. Really nice darts, that's for sure. But yeah, waiting for that burst in innovation. Yeah, I always think it's dangerous when people use burst in innovation and then if they don't fulfill it, people get angry. But I thought Winmore will do a launch. Maybe they will. 6 out of 10 says Kevin. Yeah, fair enough. 2 out of 10 won't buy anything. Looking forward to the Twitter reactions to the price. I was expecting you to say that. I could have predicted that, Josh. Um, I think I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 6.5, 6.5. I think it's a decent launch. I don't think there's anything that maybe would tempt me to buy as such right now. Um, I think there's more options. Yeah, keep an eye out for Kurtz too. Kurtz will be on the way very soon. Not the anything special. Yeah, but people like Kurt. Actually, had someone in Belgium ask about yours, Kurt. Um, Nothing I can use anyway. Yeah. Well, I'll say everyone's different. I think it's just this time of year. It's just mini launches. I don't think we can be too hyped up. I never get too excited about these ones because it's kind of like a top up, really. After Christmas, the world, your sort of spring launches tend to be a bit mild. But Lucas, I did like the launch. If I had to buy one dart, it'd be the Aspinalls. I think this time it was rather an old school launch. Some high quality darts, some 80%, and even some brass. Yeah, there's a bit of everything. You had your £100, your £50, your brass, and your flights. Not me. Yeah. I personally think this was better than the Red Dragon, in my opinion. Um, there's more I'd buy here than the Red Dragon, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it is what it is. Get really sick of buying darts. Aren't we all? We're all in the same boat. We all buy different darts, hoping it'll make us better, and we still throw the same 26. But yeah, it is what it is. But it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. I suppose some for you, Kev. Watch his space. Yeah, Kev. Actually, you will like Mark's darts. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Kurt, actually, I'll have a chat with you actually because um, I've got a better option for 25 sets. Um, the prices are a lot better, so I'll have a chat with you at some point. See if that's an option at some points if people want it. Bring the price down a bit. So I want to see more beards throwing darts. I would, yeah. So considering the shape of your sort of nightfall darts and that sort of shape, I think you'll like the love darts. Um, yeah, I like the new rights they brought out. Only gets 23, which is too light for me. Yeah, I like the right darts. I think they were solid. I wasn't too keen on the others, to be honest, of the Red Dragon launch, but um, yeah, I definitely throw the Eleanor Cairns darts for sure. Um, but yeah, the looks are a bit too pricey. And again, I think the difficulty with the Littlers is they're similar. If you look at, again, it's not exactly the same, but when you look at the Barrys, the Adrian Lewis that I don't think are available anymore, the Rob Cross, um, you kind of got options. But I think Luke Littler is the seller here. He's the bee's knees at the moment. I think that's why they'll do okay. But yeah, expect a reaction on social media of the price. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, um, But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we've covered most things. Anyone got any questions? What's the price of 5-6 customs from you on average? So, manufacturing alone, obviously, design varies on everyone. The bronze package, which is the most simple one-off version, is £20, and then customs. You can get a diamond package where you sit with me down on Skype. We do a screen share. You can tell me what you like. Um, that's £55, and then there's in between, so 30, 40, depending on what you need. Basically, the packages are like, I don't want to charge someone £55 that wants a replica of their dart that they used from the other year. I just don't have to put as much work in. So, and then 5 sets starts from around the 200 to 225, and obviously if you add coatings or certain grips, the price starts to go up. So that's a good start. Lots of opinions on the darts, so check them out. Hope you guys make up your minds. Yeah, exactly. As much as we criticise here, or give our opinions, at the end of the day, I always recommend that you should try darts. The good thing about darts is it's got such a good community. Even if you do pay £102, £50, £60, you could probably knock a tenner off and get, put them on Facebook, on Twitter. Someone will buy them, wanting to try them. You're not in darts nowadays. You don't really lose out much. There's going to be people wanting to buy them. Maybe you lose a tenner, but where do you think the next big innovation with darts will come from? Oh, that's a great question. That's a real good question. Kevin, I'm actually back in 2 weeks. I'll be back on the 12th weekend. There's a tournament in Belgium I'm going to be at. I'll be designing darts there. So I don't know if it's close to you. Um, but yeah, I'll be at that tournament for the weekend and a couple days either side. So I'll be there from probably the Thursday to the Monday in Belgium on that weekend. So um, the next innovation in darts, Unicorn or Windmill Red Dragon, I think. I think Red Dragon and Winmore have been doing things. The element coating their 95 and 85% in one barrel. I thought that was brilliant. I think Winmore probably the most proactive, maybe, and maybe Unicorn at looking at brand new things. Harrows have done good stuff with the stems and flights. I think maybe you're looking at a Winmore or a Red Dragon next one. Mark, come with. No, you can't, Mark. Okay. Oh, oh. Where? Good question. I've just seen your cat go past. Oh yeah, see you skull up on the wardrobe. Um, okay, I need to know where. Let me find out for you. Let me find out. I'll just quickly look on my phone. Um, did you see the new darts? Ross Smith has a unicorn. Yeah, they look good. They look good. The only not a problem I have a unicorn. I think this is gonna sound really harsh, but some of the prices on Unicorn, I find not as good value. The Dimitris and the Michael Smiths, I thought at one point were very harsh. The price increases on the Andersons, I thought were harsh. But as I say, as much as we moan about some brands, they do add value in the price. So, but yeah, bullseye pants. um, and we've got a pick of the Ross Smith ones. If you go onto Twitter, Ross Smith tweeted them, Rob. Sorry, I'm just looking for this for you, Kevin. Let me find. I had a picture of it. Um, Arendonk? Is that the name of a place? 2370 Arendonk. So that's where I'll be. From the 13th and the 14th of May is the actual tournament. Looks like there's a Scolia home tournament. Looks like maybe there's a soft tip, youth, singles, and yeah, looks quite good. So yeah, that's where I'll That's where I'll be. Yeah, yeah. So it's there. If you go into the Darts Belgium group, they'll be on there as well. Hey Vincent, how are you, mate? You good? Um, so yeah, I'll be there. If you can make it down, great. If not, I'll be back in September anyway. So um, feel free. We can have a chat. Da, 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 da. But yeah, I'll stick around for a couple minutes, guys. Yeah, if you are here and you haven't, I'm sure everyone here is subscribed. But do drop a little like on the stream. Drop a subscribe. Be much appreciated. Go and watch my old videos if you want. Hopefully, as um, I'm really busy at the minute, but hopefully as things not start to settle, because it'll always be busy, but once I have got over the I guess a backlog, once I've got caught up, then I can focus a bit more on doing some YouTube and some videos, and yes, play well with the dart again. Good to hear, mate. Hopefully the coaching session with Matt was good for you. Okie dokie, maybe I'll come over and otherwise in September. Yeah, sounds good, mate. It'd be good to see you either way, either time. The Iceland, the Matt won't be there in May, but he will be in September probably. Ross Smiths do look nice. Yeah, they're a bit tasty. A bit tasty. So I'm working on something, Josh. I'm working on something at the minute. Um, I'm gonna see what we can do in the old darts market for sure. So yeah, I'm working on some bits in the background that will be good. I'm loving it. Oh, my cat's back, Charlie. Maybe he heard you. She heard you. Just misgender my cat. Matt always wears shorts, Kevin. Honestly, unless there's a big event, he always wears shorts. Like, it doesn't matter where he is, what the weather is, he'll wear shorts. Unless, like I say, he's on TV or he's commentating, he'll always wear shorts. I saw him in trousers for the first time and I was like, who are you? Yeah, Mark has reviewed. You can put your link in here, Mark, if you want, mate. Is there a Loxley launch coming up? Not that I know of. They just released the new weights of the Sheriffs, but um, again, there's plenty of darts I've worked on um, that aren't out yet. So there's plenty there ready to go. It's just to say, what do you think of the new Barneveld darts? I like them. I like them. I think they're a good alternative to the. I think you could throw them and they won't feel too dissimilar to the main Barneys. So I think it does if you're a mod, Mark. I've done it on mats before. Should be able to post it, mate. They got some new players also. Yes, so Ronnie Hybrex, Robbie Knops as well. Knops. I don't know the correct way to say it. I read it as Knops in English. I've done their darts. Robbie was actually on that day. He was throwing his prototypes when we were there, Kevin. Um, what else? Who else have we got? David Shintling. I can't. Oh yeah, you just mentioned that. So I think I'm potentially working on those today, Josh. So there'll still be a little while now. We have to design them, but he essentially throws Wes Newton darts, old Red Dragon ones. So it'd be quite similar to those, I'd imagine. Um, so yeah, there's a good few players that have joined. Some other darts as well from other players. Mark's just put his YouTube review of the Littlers, so yeah, be interested in the mission launch. Yeah, I think mission are an interesting one. I'm hoping they come up with some awesome stuff. Their last stuff, they did some good stuff, but yeah, it'd be cool to see something just a bit different. I think that's what we're maybe lacking in darts at the minute, just something different. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Let's see how we go. Yeah. So Mark's links are there if you want to check out his reviews. I'm going to jump off now, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give it 2 minutes. If anyone has any burning questions they want to ask me, now's probably a good time because I'll be back working after this. And if you do message me, I'm probably going to take a little while to reply. So if you've got any burning questions, I'll give a few minutes just for people to shoot away anything they want to know. But other than that, I'll probably jump off in about 2-3 minutes. Cheers, Vincent. Mark, you got a new custom darts on the way. Yeah, he has. Yeah. They are incredible. Oh, she's sweet but psycho, little bit psycho. You have a nice day too, Vincent, mate. I'll see you soon. Oh, I'm on my, I'm on my. You watch, I'll get copyright strike for humming a song. I can have a treat for you, yeah. It's good. Oh, so really when I'm working, I'm singing, humming, tapping. Like it must be so annoying to work next to, but it's just the way I work. But yeah, I think a solid launch overall. To be fair, well, sort of mid-range launch. So lost in the GGL again yesterday. Oh, me too, Kevin. I lost on Monday. See you later, Josh. Catch you later, mate. See you later, Archie. Thanks for joining, everyone. But yeah, no questions. So I will jump off as well, guys. Thanks as always for joining. I think we had a decent launch from Target. I think there's some good bits to take away. Preferred it to the Red Dragon launch personally. And yeah, I look